Racing. Again, I am Puddin', and we have the Bear family back up here. Little bit of a switcheroo. Paul Bear going to be our in-race reporter, the IRR, and the one and only gorgeous Miss Paul Bear. How are you doing tonight, darling?
I'm great. I'm awesome. How are you, Puddin'?
I'd be doing a lot better if you put orange on a Chevrolet and not a Supra, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
We had ourselves a good little run right there, wide open. Definitely had himself a good run. I talked to Beaver in between there. He had himself a little situation. He said it got a little hairy for the Beaver over there in the presets, so he was trying to hold on to everything. But he was doing really good. But no, these guys now are going to be in customs again. Paul Bear just mentioned off some big names. I typically don't do the development races. Hearing some of the names over here in the customs, it's blowing my mind. Some of these guys aren't signed, Paul Bear.
I know. I don't understand, but I mean, we don't know what the captains are thinking, or, I mean, I'm sure they're watching every development race if they're still scouting for people. I don't know. We'll have to watch and see what happens. I know McLovin just got picked up. He is still allowed to race tonight only because he did not race this week at all.
Correct.
So that will probably be the last time we see McLovin in the development race. So, they get picked up and they move on. And some of these guys definitely deserve to be picked up in here tonight.
And again, this is only the season 4.5. I've heard through the grapevine there has been some trades made and people moving here and making moves and everything. So like you just said, even though all the captains can't make all the races, they definitely go back and will re-watch these races. And I know that for a fact. I've talked to a lot of them. And we're already seeing a lot of these guys pop out there that are normally in the chat party. What's up, Dennis Martin? We know him as Creed. Tom Horton. I can't see what he said because he's muted right there. Chase Green. There's Dark Humor. Tom Horton again. What up, buddy? We're going to send it. Again, you will not be able to hear the Paul Bear. It's just going to be Maud putting in the booth.
Whoop, whoop.
It was a lot of fun too. Like I said, and see now both of you guys have heard me be an in-race reporter and some of the choice words I have, so now it's going to be reverse angle for me to listen to. I've heard what a little bit of Paul Bear had to say. Let's see what Paul Bear's got up his sleeve.
Yeah, and hopefully I'm far away enough from him that it don't reverberate into my microphone.
Well, I yelled so loud it reverberated into England.
Yeah, I know.
So distance doesn't mean anything. That was
hilarious, Puddin'. That was hilarious.
That's still a little embarrassing, but again, guys, what Paul Bear just said, McLovin did get signed by Team NOCO, but because he did not get to drive this week, this is his opportunity to drive. He's not driving for points, but this is his chance to drive. No one's left out here in Giggity, as we are one big family. Dark Humor says, I always want Puddin', always allow as an IRR. Absolutely not. Sorry, buddy.
Joining.
We are going to blue screen and jump into this big bad boy here. I think I just saw a quick message from Dinkate that he wanted to help jump up in the booth. Buddy, I just now saw that. We would have loved to have you up here. I will get with you after this race, get you into the right chat parties and anything, and anybody out there who ever wants to try to help commentator broadcast, let us know. We're always looking for extra people. Again, Boomhauer will be doing Mondays. Tuesdays we're off for Dirt till 5 comes out. You all hear me for the Cup races on Wednesday. Thursdays will be K Taddy, and Fridays is typically Graham had something come up tonight, and I cannot allow this to not happen. All of you drivers, custom and preset, and after all the hard work the Bear family does for development, it's not fair for any of this not to get broadcasted tonight. So that's why you are hearing me up here.
And I want to thank you, Puddin'. I know that you had other plans for today, and you threw your plans aside to come and broadcast. So, again, I'm sure everybody appreciates it. And I love you for it. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and I love what you guys do too. Dennis out there says he can do Fridays. He can help do the second race too. It's not necessarily commentators as much as the actual broadcasters. Every time you see somebody click through a camera angle, that's the broadcaster. Tonight I'm doing the broadcast too. So we are looking for other people to do broadcasting. And if you're interested, this is the time in the season to let us know so we can try to work with you and help you out and get you acclimated with everything. Is in the the 4.5 season, as we're seeing the sign driver of McLovin already pulling away. Eagles in that 98. I saw him on a leaderboard not too long ago too, sitting second in that 98 car, and that is Cody sitting in at 23. So again, not very acclimated. I'll bear with Friday night guys. I do watch the races, but to pay attention to the numbers and everything a little bit, I got to get give me a couple laps here.
Yeah, but that's what another thing that I'm so excited about, because season 4.5 we actually tried to let the guys pick their own car numbers so that it would be the same roster pretty much every week. So it gets, especially broadcasters, a chance to get used to the cars. And I'm sure the drivers, I don't know, for me it would feel more, I don't know, more fun, or oh my god, that one in front of that 4.
I'm on board right now with Johnny Crash, and he is holding on to that 00 pretty good. Bounced off the wall just a little bit. I saw the all-black 5. I do believe that might be Broom making a move. Also on board with I Boot Wreckers, excuse me. I almost sounded like I'm from Canada like you guys when you said a boot.
A boo?
A boot. They're a boot to come down to another lap, right, Mulberry?
But I think maybe that's, I don't know if do I actually say that?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I say about?
Oh,
Yeah, about.
you just heard it earlier, though. You and Paul Bear, that's when I first talked to you guys. That's how I knew it, too.
That's
Now,
funny.
something I want to bring up to attention to on this 50 car tonight, this red, white, and blue 50, that is NASCAR 88. The paint scheme he is running is a patriotic paint scheme for numerous reasons. He wants to represent everybody out there tonight, all of our first responders dealing with everything. So again, NASCAR always running paint schemes, always bringing it to attention, and always representing certain people out there. So we are very appreciative of that paint scheme, and he looks like he is making his way through the field, but he's going to have himself a little bit of a task trying to get in front of Johnny Cash.
Yeah, that number 4 just took up right off. Like,
Who
I'm
are
not
your
surprised he
drivers?
does it.
Ooh, who are your drivers to win tonight? There are so many good names out there. Look at Rub on 'em. There we see Rub on 'em out there. Eva Salt Life, I've raced with him quite a bit. Audi 757. Holy cow! Then there's the Paul Bear. Bull Crusher didn't get signed. Goodness gracious, TJ, name untaken. He is a dirt guy coming to the pavement side, and then obviously McLovin, who is signed with Eagles out here too, and Cody's looking really strong. He was our pole setter. There is so many names out here. Oh, McLovin was the pole setter, excuse me.
Yeah.
But there is so much talent for this custom race. I am not going to give you a specific winner because any one of these guys can win. Remember, no cautions, 3 times, stages only. Correct, Mom?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no cautions. It's 3 stages, same as what we just seen in preset. Now, the thing that I'm curious about is tire wear going to be as much of an issue with these custom cars as it is in preset? I mean, preset you can do adjustments, sure, on your first pit, but I mean, overall, I find it hard to. I always find presets harder than customs, and some people might find it's the other way around. But I'm really, really interested in seeing how the tire wear is going to end up here at Dover tonight, because that is definitely an issue that they have to focus on.
Now, hopefully these guys have done their homework, and you brought up a very valid point. Tire pressure, wedge, and camber angle is going to make your tire wear. Some of these people probably can go an extra couple laps, and some of these people out there probably can just, set themselves up and they'll burn the tires off real quick. With stages, they probably were thinking, hey, it handles better, it's a little bit faster. I will eat up tires, and I might have to pit one more time in stage 3. But at the same time, some of those guys they want those extra 2 or 3 laps. What we tried to see Civ do last time too, Malbear too. So everything's up in the air. Everybody has a different strategy. Your strategy is different from mine. Mine is strategies are probably a little bit different from Mini Truck Jim. If you're on a controller to a wheel, that depends on how you set up a custom. So a lot of variables to be played. Very valid point, Mal.
Yeah, and you seem to think that even the manufacturer has a say in this. So we'll see.
On board with Rub on him again. Got to talk to him not too long ago. He was pretty excited, and we got ourselves a nice little battle right here, right behind the Evasalt light. He is super fast. I'm trying to get back to that battle real quick so we can see that. Do a little boom vision if we can get up there. I think this is it as we see NASCAR making a move on the inside, a name untaken, and then yep, Johnny Crash right there on the outside of him too. Johnny Cash, excuse me, sorry.
Eagles in the back of the 35 coming up that little hill. Oh, the 98 looks like he's letting off a bit because he was going to hit the wall behind the 35, so he had to let off. I think they're all fighting for front positions in stage 1 and 2.
Yeah, but at the same time, you just sit at stage 1 and 2. If you end up getting to a mishap and falling behind the field, that gives you a chance to go a lap down. And if you are not the lucky dog, then you have to take the wave around. Yeah. It's best to save the aggressiveness for stage 3 towards the end. Make sure you still put yourself in position in the top 10 if possible for the first 2 stages, Ma.
Oh, I agree for sure, but what I'm saying is they're going to be more aggressive because they're not looking for, they're not trying to save tires or fuel at this point. They're just trying to get up there. And I just seen here, I don't know who it was, went down and hit the wall. Let's see if I can...
I just heard not too many laps ago that there was 10 to go, so I'm assuming we're probably around the 4, 5, or 6 mark to go on for this first stage. All right, not bad there, Malbear, for taking a guess. 4 to go.
Yeah.
Mick Lovin in that 4 car, pulling away. Let's jump on board with the Eagles back here in that 98 car.
There's quite a big gap between first and second place and third place, I find. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, at this, we're, past halfway, stage 1. What do you think? Is there a chance for third to catch up?
Not right now, not with that big of a gap. Just hold on to what you got, maintain your position, and then with the stage, you don't have to worry about a black flag. Hope your pit crew does its job. Make these small adjustments if you do need to. Again, these guys have been probably working on these customs for a while. Now, we are getting rid of the... Wait by next time by, we are getting rid of the dash aspect. This year at Season 4, we were able to dash. Myself, I got to try to dash into the custom Xfinity race. Almost made it, but I worked 3 days on that custom. I love my custom here. I still made a couple small adjustments to it. These guys out here, I'm assuming, have worked really, really hard on their custom Small Bear too, so they're going to have to make very few adjustments, if any at all. But 3 times tire wear, oh! And that was the end of the stage right there. McLovin looked like he got it.
What happened there. I don't know if you were following number 4, but it's almost like he let the second car pass him, like for the stage win. And I'm wondering if he did that, like, because he got signed, felt like he didn't want to take it out from somebody else. I'm wondering what happened.
Maybe he wants to start on the outside, if that's the case too, depending upon how pit stops work out.
Yeah, because I thought he was pitting. I thought why he pulled down the apron, and I was like, that's kind of odd because the stage is about to end. And he's leading, so we'll have to find out what was that all about. I'm curious now.
See, you just said it. All about.
It's all about. Okay, and yeah, well, I'm Canadian, hey?
Hey, I'm not saying anything. That's just how the first time I talked to you, both of you guys, I was like, yeah. Yep, they're north.
Yeah, well, even like Anthony, I ask him all the time, can you actually really tell I have a French accent? He's like, oh yeah. And I'm really? Damn it. I think, I can come off as just regular English person, but no.
Oh, the pull sitter did not go anywhere. He just stacked the field up. Matt Matt didn't go
Oh
anywhere.
no, that just screwed up
Yeah,
5
still on
cars.
board with him. Do not know what's happening. We're going to get back up to that action right there, but that just...
Oh, I'm sure a lot of people wish they could redo that all over again. That was a bad restart.
Yeah, glad we're not a lot of those people aren't the IRR for this race, as Mick Lovin now has to
Uh-huh.
chase down the 5 car of Broom. Broom is up here. Broom is very good with customs. Talked to him a lot last year. He was signed. Again, kind of a unique situation to see him. Oh! Mick Lovin going to make a move to the inside. Contact being made. We are on the Boom Vision with Broom. Say that 10 times fast with no teeth.
Oh, somebody on the apron already. I don't know who that was. Let me see if I can go back. Check.
Trying to see who, that's the 98 of Eagles in the 4th spot. Waiting for the scroller at the top to let us know who that 18 car is.
So Matthew is entering pit road.
No, okay, that was he was the one that didn't get going. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he's just having car problems. Maybe his engine blew up on restart.
Okay, that's Salt Life in the 18 he's getting passed by Eagles right there. Yeah, that was unfortunate for the entire field to have something like that happen. It probably was not deliberate. Something technical.
No, I don't think it was. Definitely, like you said, technical.
But definitely stacked everybody else up, so they'll be able to make it on this stage on fuel without pitting, right? Correct? It'll be the actual 3rd stage. So we will be able to make it. Thank you. 19 laps of fuel, 14 to go from the Paul there, our in-race reporter, Mal. So they will be able to make it. We will see green flag pit stops happening in stage 3. But when you guys are clicking off, oh, on board with Johnny, somebody said that 35 car made a move on the inside of Johnny right there. He said, hello, you're Johnny Cash and I'm passing you.
I'm on board with the mid-pack here.
It looked like McLovin got back around the 5 car, Mom.
Oh, I'm not surprised. If anything, you know, I suspect that he could definitely win this race tonight. And again, I don't know, will he take it or is he going to leave it for somebody else?
I think it's absolutely funny that while Mrs. Puddin was taking a nap today, I watched a movie and McLovin was there. so to watch that movie and talk about McLovin tonight, that's kind of there's a little ironicness there. Yeah.
Some clean racing mid-pack here. I see everybody seems to know what line they want to drive, and they're being very respectful. All scattered around. 10 laps to go.
10 to go in the stage. And look at you, Malbear. Look at you. I remember the first time you were up here commentating, you were so nervous. Now look at you. Call this thing, girl. Call it.
Oh, you know, I know. You know what? I'm very shy, and it takes a while to get out of my shell. But once I'm out of my shell, the people that know me know me. Let's just say that.
They said somebody wants to do a giggity rev it up. Heck yeah, we will do a rev it up. We'll do that at the beginning of stage 3 because we are coming down to the end of this stage. You know what, Tom Horton? I'm about ready to permanently mute Tom Horton. He is always out there giving so much grief.
He likes to poke and poke the bears.
Hey, you know what? He does a great job up on the booth commentating, but let's see him come up here and do an actual broadcast. There's a challenge there, buddy.
Yeah, see, that's where I said I commentate any night, but
oh, the one car hard on the wall. Sorry, Mulbear.
DJ, yeah, number 1 hits the wall and goes around. letting people go by up the High Line.
I'm not wondering if he was on a controller or something because Matt knew back there he was the leader that stacked everybody up, and he is now making laps. So maybe he had a controller die or something because people don't do that stuff deliberately, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on
Oh,
with
he
him right
says
now.
nope. Well, you know what? Don't talk till you do it. You're muted. That's my New England accent. You're muted. No, Tom Hort, the D Dirty Dog. I've known him for a while, and just like you guys, the Bears, you guys have helped out so much. He is a big advocate for Giggity Racing. Brings a lot of guys over, guys and gals over to Giggity, and as you guys know, being the development, you know, so therefore, you know how much he enjoys it, and he's always out there. And he had himself a good run the other night when I was watching seeing him in the top 10. I about wet my Brenda's beaver when I saw that.
Oh my lord, pudding. Yeah, that's a way of putting it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
The 71 car, that is Paul Bear. Just to let you know, if you're going to run a Dale Jr. throwback, he ran a Chevrolet too. You Bear families love them Supras, don't you? What aerodynamics? It's a jet. Never mind. I can't say what I'm going to say on air. You know what's even sexier? My wife in a Camaro. Everybody yet has their own opinions on their manufacturer.
Oh,
Man, that one car is
TJ,
having some
number
trouble.
one again in the wall.
Yeah, that
He's
one
having
car is.
Yeah. I think he might have made adjustments that just are not jiving. And maybe his tire wear is much more greater than he expected. That could be it too.
Maybe he needs to have Brenda's Beaver as his crew chief, and Brenda's Beaver tell him to tighten it up. So, you know, that'll be a tight beaver out there on the track.
Yeah, no comments. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm not blushing. I'm not blushing. I was told to, if I'm going to be speaking and commentating, that I need to represent Giggity, you know, so I'm just.
Oh, wait, I'm representing Giggity. I'm just bringing up that Brenda's Beaver would tell him to tighten the car up.
Yes, definitely, for sure. And
Ma
that
Bear's
was
going to
the
unfriend
end
me
of
now.
the stage. No, never, Puddin'.
Oh, it was McLovin who won that stage. Got it. I'm trying here. I gotta. And again, a lot of these guys all should be signed out there. That's what's really weird to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just so unique to see some of these names out there, but
4.5 is a mean season. So anybody that is signed up right now is not necessarily a safe spot.
Here we go
Anybody
for the
can put
Giggity,
that in.
Giggity Rev It Up sawing mob there real quick on the restart. I'll get right back to you. I just want to make sure you did on the restart there.
McLovin right on that number 5.
Listen to him bang through the gears. Ooh, contact being made. Oh, the 98 makes hard contact. We're on board with that 71. That's Paul Bear, the 10 car. Eagles goes around. And that's exactly, you know what, Tom, we're going to leave that there. So, Ma Bear, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I want to do that Giggity Rev It Up. I had changed my settings from all settings to,
yes.
so go ahead.
No, go ahead. Do that Giggity Rev It Up.
Oh, we just
right
did.
Now, oh, we did. Where was I?
Out there watching Paul Bear get banged.
Yeah. That number
Oh,
5 is
that's a good one. I'm
crazy.
going to have to remember that one for my next IRR there, Paul. Dang, that was a good
Somebody's
one.
about to get lapped. 'Cause that number 5 is
No,
on
the 5 is...
fire.
Oh, the 5 is Broom, and right behind him is 4 of McLovin. So they looks like those are guys are the lead.
Yeah, but they're getting ready to lap. There's a...
Oh, yeah, it looks like that might be the 98 of Eagles, and then, yeah, like Paul Bear just
Oh,
said, oh, no,
no.
that's the 1 of TJ. Yeah, what is
Again.
going on? That is very uncharacteristic of him.
Yes, it is. I agree. And I mean, again, another thing that I'm curious about, what is the story behind that? We'll have to get a Giggity newsletter out.
Yeah, oh, I like that. Oh, yeah. We have the Giggity Rev It Up, we have the Giggity Get Down. Let's try the Giggity newsletter.
Yeah, why not? I used to do when I work at UPS. I was part of the, I don't know, the group, and we had a monthly newsletter we used to make up.
That's awesome. We had a weekly newsletter for the team I used to race for, and it normally consisted of me saying, or then telling me not to do or say inappropriate things, which was not uncommon, I guess, but no, I'm just kidding. No, when you're racing for a team, you gotta have a, like I say, everything out here, conduct on becoming of a driver. So the Giggity Gauntlet, that's right, we're talking about that, Dark. We pitched that idea, the Giggity Gauntlet. We will get in more
That's a pretty good name, isn't it?
Well, we came up with a thing, and we did pitch the idea for doing a little boom vision. All right, so I don't want to give it all away, but since we don't race Saturdays and Sundays per se, right? Let's say Ma Bear is racing with Paul Bear and Preset, just for example, and something happens that upsets you. Well, then you call him out for the Giggity Gauntlet. A 13% one-on-one race, everybody can come and watch. Now, if you have 5 or 6, 7, 8 of those, okay, whoever wins that Giggity Gauntlet, then all of the Giggity Gauntlet winners, after they have called out whomever they want to call out, all go to one big 25% race and then have at it. That's the idea.
That's pretty cool.
That's
As
an
long
idea.
as people realize that they have to keep animosity out of it.
Right, so if you did have
it's
any
for
something like
fun.
that, you could take it out there,
Right.
But it's
Yeah.
you don't want to wreck them just because you might have got bumped into. It's just a chance to say, hey, I'm calling you out. This was an idea that happened. Dark Humor, D. Smith, myself, Blakey T, Cola Motorsports. There's a couple other people that were out there who all one night came up with this idea, and it was a lot of fun because I'm not going to name the 2 drivers, but one race, so they went to the second race, who the fans picked. The fans picked the track, so the drivers had no control over that. The next race, the second driver won, so they went to a tiebreaker, which was a road course. So it was best 2 out of 3, but you call them out, That's how we did it. But so there's ideas out there. It's still in the works. We're
That's
trying
awesome.
trying to work out the details to make everything work. But Dennis, he says that sounds cool. And Tom's already calling me out, which I don't have to worry about that. I'll go get on my 50cc mini bike with training wheels and still be dirt dog. So I'm not worried about that call out. But no, that was the whole idea of it. Ma Bear, can you give me 1 split second? Take the race for one split second here.
Yeah, sure. So I was watching number 5 going to lead with McLovin right behind him. Really truck Jim, I think he was in third. Now there's a pack here, about 5 cars coming in to turn 3 and 4. Number 99, number 35. And we are at 40 laps to go. That's from our in-race reporter, Mr. Paul Bear. Actually, Mr. Paul Bear, where are you at on the track? Here you are. Leader right behind Paul Bear. But if he does go a lap down, chances are, end of the stage, we'll get the lucky dog. I know I got it in like 3 sets. Oh, this is the third stage. I apologize, viewers. Paul Bear had a bit of a moment there. So here, Paul Bear, tell me, you're on a custom. What do you think? I know that people can't hear you, but I am curious about the tire wear and um, would it be much different than you saw me drive earlier? Okay, so a lot different. Okay. So I wonder here if people are going to be able to do it in 2 pit stops. Or I should have rephrased that, probably 1 pit stop, because we would, if people can save fuel, you'd be able to do this in 1 pit stop. Correct? No way to save that much fuel. Dover, the thing is I've tried it myself. Saving fuel, I find really hard, especially stage 2. If you're gonna try to save fuel, I find that you're gonna go down laps. So, I mean, it's catch 22, and it's pretty good if you don't. Some people obviously might have better setups and are able to do that. I don't know. Not in custom, so. Alright, so Paul Bear just confirmed what you need to go. So it's now a lap down. Checking on the other drivers here across. I don't know if Mr. Puddinhead is on 1 street only. And you should see people starting to have green pit stops as we're free to go. Free to go on fuel, excuse me. Yeah, on fuel. So yeah, in the next few laps, nope, we're starting to see some right now heading to the road. A bit of contact here with 35, number 27, number 4. Seems like maybe he missed pit stop. I don't know what's going on with number 35. He's just hugging now, unless he tried to go too much and is running out of fuel. I'm not sure what's going on with number 35. And then crash. Okay, 23. Heading for the pit as well. Another car behind him, I'm not sure who that is. McLovin's still out. A lot of banging around here as pit stops coming in. I believe Savini 1 got into contact with someone. Not sure who it was. Oh, it was TJ, the number 1. So again, we don't know what's going on with number 1. Johnny Cash coming out of pit road on the back stretch already. I Beat Records is now pitting. A lot of cars on pit road. Number 18 on pit road as well. Number 95. So I believe people might have had to try to stretch up their fuel because somebody wants to run out of fuel coasted into pit road. I hear crashing, I didn't see it. Oh, TJ, number 1 again. Something
Sorry, Ma Bear.
definitely wrong with that car. I am almost thinking maybe we should just park it. I hate to say it, but that would be my suggestion, Puddin.
I'm sorry. I had to talk to Mrs. Puddin about something. It was kind of important. Who's leading?
Car, I believe it's still number 2.
Okay, the Ford McLovin. How many laps are left? TJ again was just parked in it. Yeah, we need to have him. This is not. I mean, I've seen race with him. I've seen him race. There's something not right tonight, so we
No.
need to. But
Yeah, he's been wrecking, and I know it's. I mean, it's obviously.
McLovin's on pit lane, and this is stage 3, correct?
Yes.
So I do apologize for that, there, Bobby. I was trying to.
Oh, I tried my best. I'm sure viewers were like, "Oh my lord." Like,
Well,
come
no.
back.
Everybody knows I've got a lot of going on. Mrs. Puddin really needed to. When she called for me 3 times like that, that's bad.
Number 88's getting loose. Oh, 35 as well. Hits the wall. That
Looks like
88
Johnny
still
Cash
looks
is parked.
wobbly. That's rub on him. People are passing him. I'm wondering if he's going to take tires. Something's not right with that 88 as well. Oh, 88 now in the wall.
Yeah, I'm on board with rub on him. That's not typically his style too. Something might have happened there.
Well, like we said, we don't know what kind of strategy these guys have. You know, where it's custom cars. Who knows? You have more to play with.
Yeah, a lot more adjustments. And like you said, if you just because you set it up for a fast 5 or 6 laps doesn't mean it's going to hold out for a long run.
Oh no.
And I'm on board with Bolt Crusher right now, and he's trying to get around that one car, and that's very, very uncharacteristic.
You can have a good setup, but then when the tire wear gets down to even like low 50s, where you still have a lot of tire left, that car can be really wicked and not your best friend.
I'm on board with TJ again as we're clicking through, and he's in the wall. Yeah.
I think
Chase out there too. Dark Humor said Malbear did a great job then putting a little break there. So
thank you, I appreciate that.
I didn't mean to leave you hanging like that, but it was kind of important, so I apologize. Doesn't happen very often, but so that's me being unprofessional on the air again, and I apologize to everybody out there watching and to you guys. Well, I just appreciate being in the booth with you and Paul both tonight. It's always a good time. You guys do a great job. I learn from you. I just talk.
Yeah, right. Oh, 99. Down
99 boot wreckers.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I just seen him in the back of number 35.
And he's now, yeah.
Again. Or has he not moved?
So I just saw the one go by. Boot Wreckers was on pit lane. Looks like it's permanent. Johnny Cash is permanent there. We're going to jump on board.
Oh, number 7 hits the wall and turns around.
Can you give us an update on the leader? Is it the customer, not Paul? Or is it still McLovin? Oh, it's Broom in the 5.
I'm on board with the...
So 20 to go, and they're doing low 30, so this won't take very long for these guys.
And let me tell you, that number 5 was lucky he didn't get into that car that spun out. Because he had it was good. It would have been a shame if he had been caught up in it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Number 35, about to get lap 2.
Just trying to hold on to everything here. Dover is a tough track. It is a fun track, though. I've been here for 2 races. Yeah, I like driving it, but when I was in the Air Force in Maryland, my buddy had never been to a NASCAR race, and Jamie McMurray brought one of his show cars up there to the base and let us all see it, and he ended up winning the tickets that got us pit passes and everything too, so we got to go and browse through the pits and walk around and listen to the jets take off, because there's an Air Force base right next to it, and the track itself, and there's not a bad seat there. If you've never been to the Dover Downs per se, the Monster Mile, Miles the Monster as they call him too, make an effort to get down there. responder race, and that was the year that Martin Truex won his very first ever race for DEI of all things. And now Winston Cup champion. I'm sorry? Yeah, well, technically it was DEI, but yeah, right, Junior Motorsports Paul Bear says, yeah. I'm not going to get into that situation. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that situation because Teresa is a not nice person in my opinion. We're seeing Broom come down here. Broom, our leader, making green flag pit stops. How is this going to prevail? I want to keep it on him and just to see what he does. So that gives the lead back to McLovin up there. But what is Broom going to do?
I don't know. Hopefully nobody gets speeding penalty because I know that it's just going to wreck your laps.
Well, when I was talking to Beaver too, in between, he got himself a speeding penalty. This is a very difficult track to get onto and off of. Not a lot of room either way. 13 to go, and I think Broom might have just taken himself 4 tires. Is that going to prevail for it?
Number 22 coming out. There is a car parked on the apron by pit road. I don't know.
Mini truck coming down. Red Bottom staying out.
That is the 35. The 35 obviously having issues as well. He kept going. He might have thought, you know what, I'm going to make another lap around and try to avoid that penalty. So how many laps left, Father? Yep.
10 to go.
10 laps to go.
Bolt Crusher making a pit stop. TJ's still out there in that number 1 car again. I don't know how many times I've raced with them. There's just something not situationally correct about this car tonight, Ma. Name Untaken is the one sitting on the inside. This car's still moving. We're going to try to click over to the 18 as we are told that is the leader. That is Assault Life. Again, I've raced with him quite a bit. Good guy. Good, clean racer. Very quiet, but when he says a joke, it's pretty funny, not gonna lie. It's so weird, too, over the time, because it's coming up on a year that I've started broadcasting or at least commentating for Giggity. Most of the names that I used to race with in public lobbies on a regular, a good majority of them are here in Giggity, whether it be development, truck, Xfinity, or Cup. It's just really funny to. That's, you know, we're over 500. We're over 500 viewers now, up to subscribers. Excuse me, up to 502
I know,
now.
That is awesome. There was like 200. We were trying to hit 300 when I first joined. So, I mean, it's awesome to see that.
Salt Life coming down.
We have Paul Bear, 71, Fitton, followed by the number 50. Nascar. Oh, 88 gets into the 10, throws him off up to the wall.
I'm on board with McLovin, who has been running up front most of the night. In race reporter, how many laps are left, and who are you showing as the leader as we're seeing green flag pit stops being made?
I'm guessing there's probably 6 laps to go. Somebody here. I just see dirt, no car, so they must have taken off. Could have been nothing too bad. You know what, though, I have to admit, I find it hard driving to be in race reporter where you have to look and stuff, so, I mean,
so roughly 3 to 4 laps to go.
Oh no.
McLovin on that low side.
Oh, that was.
And McLovin is appearing to slow down, trying to save fuel, it looks like. And our end race reporter sound like he's having a tough time.
4 or 5 cars involved into that. Paul Bear's out. Oh, wow. That, and almost done. That really has to hurt.
Trying to pick up on who the leader is. Like I said, we are coming down to the white flag here really soon. I know that McLovin and Broom were leading, and Broom's got the 10 car right behind him all. No problem, no harm, no foul. Frustrations being had by the end race there, and I completely understand that. It's reported last night. Dover's one of those tricky tracks, fun tracks, but it's technical at the same time, Mom.
Yeah.
It's a driver's track.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I usually end up, well, if I'm lucky, I usually stay on the lead lap, but I mean, we just saw my 3-set race. And I mean, for me, when it's development, I don't try to, I kind of try to keep out of the way, even though I might, maybe bump somebody here and there, and it's not always intentional on either part. So for the most part, I kind of stay behind, so I don't really judge my driving on these development races, but I love to watch these guys race, because these guys, to me, we have some of the best drivers, and it's awesome to watch. And that must be the end of the race here.
Thank you, Paul Bear. I appreciate it. Anything for Giggity, anything for the Bear family, anything to help anybody else out there, guys.
Now, who won this race? Do we know? Let me check. We have people taking photos.
Alright, guys, give us just a second. Trying to figure out who won that race. It looks like McLovin, not only with the fast time, might have been McLovin, then Cody, Broom, Salt Life, and Eagles. And Audie, that's going to round out your top 5. Then we've got Nascar, Mini Truck, Matthew, Rub on him, and TJ having some technical difficulties, finishing 8th, and Naaman taken, and then put in Mawbear. On that note, guys, yep, there we go. McLovin won the race, so kudos to him. Congratulations. I am apologizing, guys. I have to cut this just a little bit short. I do have another obligation I'm falling just a little bit behind on. Thank you, Mawbear. Thank you, Paul Bear. Thank you to you development drivers for putting on one hell of a show for everybody tonight. Can't wait to be back up here again if needed. But again, look forward to talking to you guys again on a Wednesday night. And on that note, we got to stack 'em and race 'em. Please be safe with everything going on in the world. Take care of you, take care of yours. And Mawbear, you know what to do in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye!
Bye!